Thank you for joining us for Three Dudes and a Lady. And again, join us for a little inspiration, a little motivation, and meant to be a way to cope with your day. I am Mike Jones from Virginia. My gratitude this morning is for the fond remembrance of family.
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Earl Rule, hailing out of beautiful North Carolina. My gratitude is for some beautiful sunshine as spring starts this week, this Friday, and also for technology because my computer decided to do a complete reset. So I'm very grateful for my iPad.
Hey guys, I am Christine Wright, hailing out of the great state of Florida. My gratitude for the day is for my husband, Mike. I truly appreciate him, and he is an amazing person. So I'm grateful for him. Today, Jay Shetty talked about when to quit. He said, quitters never win and winners never quit. Moving on is not necessarily a sign of failure, which is probably what most of us have been told in our lives, right? You quit something, it's showing failure, right? He Jay talked about his personal experience. He had a friend that told him that he is really good at quitting at the right time, right? His friend told him he quit being a monk at the perfect time. He quit his corporate job at just the right time. And Jay kind of was taken back a little bit, but he quit those positions or quit doing that for other reasons, right? When we are chasing our purpose, we do have to walk through some obstacles, right? It's just not going to be easy, but it doesn't mean we quit, right? Unless, of course, your purpose changed, or maybe what you were doing doesn't fill your cup, right? And you can't figure out how to get it to fill your cup, right? Achievement does require commitment and perseverance. You have to be patient and put in the work, right? There are times that we need to pivot and choose differently. Sometimes you just feel you're walking down the wrong path, right? So quitting can be intentional and a thoughtful process, right? How do you perceive the idea of quitting? How do we each perceive the idea of quitting? Is there anything that you're currently doing that you want to walk away from? We need to keep moving in the direction of the life we want, right? Like this is a powerful one. Especially when you talk about quitting, because like most of the time in the world, like quitting means that you're a failure or you're not going to succeed. Would you guys agree?
No,
Yep.
I think it means that you belong down a different path, and just you have to realize when you're on the wrong path when you have to quit because you know God might be trying to tell you something.
Oh,
And
for sure.
yeah. So but on the flip side of that, you have when you're trying to do something or whatever it is you're trying to do, look at it from all angles. Ask yourself, did I try everything to make it possible? Because am I missing something? Am I doing something wrong? Did I ask for help? Did whatever it is that you're doing, look at it from all angles before you decide to quit, because there might be something that you may not be doing correctly or need adjustment with before take two steps back saying, nah, this, because if you quit too fast, you might be missing the boat.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. But then at the same token, what if it's not filling your cup anymore? What if that's not
If
something that you're not following your purpose anymore, right?
Right. If it's not filling your cup, if it's not getting you the results that you want, then what you need to do is pivot to what might be filling your cup. Take two steps back and analyze what you're doing, and sometimes you need to think about what it is that you're doing and find out what I need to do to fill in that time to fill your cup to get where you want to be.
Yeah. I mean, we've all quit jobs on here before, right?
Oh yeah.
Every one of us. Mike, have you quit a job before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've all quit a job for one reason or another, right? It could have been for whatever. But a lot of times it's so that because maybe our cup wasn't full there, or maybe it wasn't walking in the purpose that we wanted for our lives, right? Go ahead,
Quit.
Mike.
I quit jobs. I quit career paths. I quit educational paths. I quit a marriage. I,
The
uh,
list goes on, right?
yeah, but I don't look at it as quitting. I think they were just setbacks and redirection.
Yeah, almost
I
like
did.
pivot, right? In your life.
I mean, I didn't drop out of college because of organic chemistry. I got my degree. And sometimes I think we quit things for unforeseen reasons that are yet to manifest themselves. And I think I've said this before, but I am convinced that my wife's health would be greatly different, or she may not even be alive. I were not here at home when she had a major stroke. We
Yeah, because
live,
everything could look completely different, right? And you didn't
we
know
live,
why you were called to quit your job and come
yeah,
work from home, right?
no, we live less than a mile from an emergency room, and I was there in
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, Christine, one thing I want to mention is I remember a long time ago I applied for a job, and when I went for the interview, one of the first questions I asked is there room for opportunity for growth? Do you see this company expanding? Will I be able to grow within myself, but to maybe a leadership or management, anything like that? Because I want them to open up their eyes to realize if this company is going to grow, can I be a part of that pattern, if I may use that term? And if the answer is yes, and I can kind of hear it in their voice, oh yeah, absolutely. But if I don't see the opportunity, then I have to pivot and say, okay, do I actually belong here? So then, and it all, of course, you got to give yourself time to make it happen, make it grow. I mean, no magic's to happen overnight. But if
No.
you don't see things growing, if you know you're not part of the plan, if you will, then you got to take two steps back, saying, okay, do I have a future here? All right. And that's and I mean, when you're in younger years, that's more inclined to happen. And also, I wanted to bring up, think about how many college people, I won't say college kids, college people take these 4-year courses, or and they end up with a degree, and then they end up jumping to another job because they couldn't find what they had graduated for. I mean, I
Mike,
know
that's true, right?
it sounds ridiculous, but you'd be amazed how many times it happens.
Mike just shared his story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Emma, or not Emma. Mike did not. Like you would, what's your degree in, Mike?
analogy.
Yeah, and that is not his work career at all.
right, exactly. And then he found himself in insurance. So
Yeah,
it's really strange how that happens. We're not, and for those who are watching, we're not discouraging you from going to college to follow your passion. But what I'm saying is, if you hit a brick wall in that path during college, don't be afraid to say I need to change. I mean, don't like to use the word quit, but you may have to pivot to what you're doing because it may not be your path. You just don't know until you get into it.
right. And earlier you said something strong about like okay, like let's say you're in this business and you're doing it, your business is thriving, but
Right.
your cup is not full and you don't know what your purpose is, you don't even know what you're doing there, but your business is doing good. But it's like something's missing. There's something missing there, right?
Right.
That's um I think that's a harder time to quit because you're like everything's going well, but then something's not right, right? And that could be God telling you you need to move on, right? You need to move on. You need to do something else. Like that may be God speaking to you. And it also may just be us, right? We just might be in our own ways. But I mean, it can go either way. It doesn't mean you quit when things are bad, but you can quit in both manners, right? You can quit when you're on the top of the world or when you're down in the bottom.
Right.
Right.
And go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I've been looking at my up because I was looking for a book. Oliver DeMille is a college professor. He wrote a book called Thomas Jefferson Education, but he once said, I hope I get this right. Your K through 12 education teaches you what to think. They tell you what to think. Your post secondary education, college or whatever, they teach you how to think. And So I took that away from my college education. I'm not going to call myself a genius by any means, but I think I'm a deeper thinker than I was when I was 18. And my world was very small when I was 18 too. I lived on a farm.
Right. Yeah, it was
The only way
drastically
to get
different.
away, but I lived on a farm.
Well, Mike, we always knew you as a clever thinker here. So
Yes. The one of wisdom.
Yes.
if our wonderful friend Jay Anderson was here today, unfortunately he couldn't be here with us. He would agree that you're a one of a kind thinker and you're a one smart person. So
For sure.
Well, thank you, and I hope to live up to your kind remarks someday.
Usually you have some mic drops in there. So at least there's that, right?
So I'm
right.
looking at my notes too, and there's two things that he said, uh, Jay Shetty said here, it kind of struck me. You're not reacting to hard, but having a change of heart.
Yes.
Because the path you go on may be harder.
You're right.
And I can't imagine sitting in a bank office and just opening the doors and waiting for people to come in to open a checking account. But that's what I did for 20 years, or a loan or whatever. There was some
Right.
selling involved, but now I'm, you know, we're insurance brokers. We have to call leads. We have to pivot often.
Well, basically, what we're doing in our industry is building the foundation. It's like building, your palace, if you want. I don't know if that's the proper terminology, but the thing is, like we're calling leads, we're setting appointments. We're building a book of business, building a book of clients. We want to go see our clients, help them get them to put them in a better place. I mean, that's part of our business. And the thing is, as long as we're passionate in what we're doing, we're filling our cup, then we're going down that right path. And sometimes for those of us who might be struggling in that, I think all you need is a little bit of help or just be creative of what you're doing because it is a hard business. But the good things that come to your life sometimes are hard. And if I'm a firm believer, if you work hard, you get rewarded. That I believed in that for many years. And sometimes if it doesn't happen, it means it's not meant to be. I mean, that's the way I see it.
And if there wasn't a little bit of heart in there, would it be really worth pursuing? Would it
Right, exactly. Because
would it be
life is going to have its challenges. It
yeah.
will. Life will challenge you, but you know what? At the end of the day, if you work hard and you follow the signs that good things are coming to you, you just have to wait and you just keep working hard. I mean, our father will get you there. You just have to believe. You have to believe every day and just follow what's there.
So
Yeah.
true. Like all of this. Go ahead, Mike.
So everything he said at the very end is his talking about throwing the towel. He says, no, wash it, fold it, and hand it back. So to me, what he was saying, when you quit something, do it with grace.
Yes. Yep. Do it with grace. Don't just blow up and quit. Right.
Right.
Right. And I said this earlier before, and I think it bears repeating. Before you quit, I think you have to look at it from all angles of what you're doing.
Mhm.
Because if you don't look at it from all angles, why we're here, you might be missing something. And before you quit, reevaluate. And if you have like a spouse, a partner, or somebody, a best friend that's very close to you, that they can see something you don't be afraid to reevaluate what it is that you're doing and get that advice because it might be just a missing piece of the puzzle to what you're trying to complete. So don't just quit right away. You know, take this time just to look at it very carefully before you decide, okay, you know what? I've only done so much. I taken myself so many steps to where, I'm trying to get, and it's just not kind of, it's just the numbers just don't add up for me. So,
Mhm. And
anyway,
sometimes, like I said, it's not just about the numbers. It's about
right,
our personal
it's
change of heart or
right,
change of
exactly.
perspective or change of how we perceive what's happening, right? Or there's lots of things.
I'll tell you the one thing that's kept me in this business, honestly, is the culture and the belief
Absolutely.
in the culture and the culture and the belief. I mean, hopefully the business and the money will domino it along the way if you're patient enough for it. But the thing is, if you got the belief in the culture above and around you, then anything's possible as long as you put 100% into it.
I was reminded today because it was a person's birthday, showed up on Facebook, but I was offered a much higher contract um, with another company, but the culture wasn't there.
And
So,
that's huge, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Culture means a lot.
And
Early, got
and
anything
now,
else?
now the other thing I'll leave it with you on this one is talking about the culture. Um, I was surrounded myself with some great people in our business. I'm not going to mention any names. To where we go, but they've always given me that little piece of advice. And once you get to meet that person, it's like a chapter in the book. You may meet them once or twice, and that's it. And they've said their piece, and to help you build that piece of the puzzle where you need to be. And that's one of the good things about when we attend our conferences. We meet people, and they'll be humble and just give you that little piece of advice because maybe that's all it takes. And whatever, and to everybody watching here, whatever business or job that you're doing, if you got that, family like culture that, they care about you. And even though if you have still having struggle, don't just quit right away. Think about what it is that is in line for you. Do you have a family or, what are you supporting? Whatever it is that you're doing, take time to think about before the anger button hits say, I quit. Don't quit right away until you know that the sign is there that you have to move on.
For sure. Yep. It takes time. Don't just make it drastic.
Right, exactly. We all have our bad days like everybody else and say, I want to quit, but you know what? Find what works for you to meditate and just to, take that me time and then come back. Tomorrow's another day. Let's hit it again. Let's find out what's wrong and move forward.
All right. Anything else? Either one? All right.
Okay,
I
well,
believe.
as you can see, we are not licensed therapists. We do this performed by Jay Shetty, which is an app on Calm, and we hope that you will come back and see us for more information. This is basically help to motivate you and get you inspired every day. And please like, share, and subscribe for more content. And we hope everyone has a great day.
Tuesdays.
Is